Have you ever met people who have this ridiculous level of magnetism about them? It's like when they speak to you, it's almost as if you're spellbound and pulled into their world. And in that moment, it feels like nothing else exists apart from that conversation between you and them. Well, that right there, yeah? That's just a person who's mastered the art of captivating people. And that's actually something that you can learn. And what it comes down to is attention. You see, when going into interaction with someone, most people have this flawed mindset of, how can I impress them? And what often happens is that they start going on and on about themselves and what they do and how great they are, or they get stuck in their heads because they're trying to figure out how to impress the other person. But the problem in both of these situations is that they've got it backwards, because the way you captivate people is by making it about them. And more importantly, it's about how you make them feel. Because at the very core of it, human beings, we're quite simple, emotional beings. We do more of what feels good and a lot less of what feels bad. So if you want to captivate someone when you first meet them, all you have to do is make them feel good by making them feel important and valued. And all you have to do is give them your attention. Like, so when you first meet someone, yeah, when you introduce yourself or when you shake their hands, what do you want to do first up is for just a few seconds, give them your undivided attention. Now, it doesn't matter if you're networking, if you're at a bar, you're in a meeting, whatever. All you want to do is for those first few seconds you meet them, you want to stop communicating. The only thing that matters in that moment to you is them. And it's almost like for just a few seconds, you and this person, you're kind of in your own world and nothing else even matters. And so the three parts of attention, yeah? There's eye contact, this is your body language, and only then the conversations come in. So eye contact. Now this one's really straightforward. Just look them in the eyes as you introduce yourself. Like, so many people overthink this and they think it's not that important. But the fact is, eye contact is one of the easiest ways to build trust. And it's also a great way to show them that your attention is on them. Like, don't look around the room. Don't be checking the time on your phone. Just give them your attention by looking at them. And to make it even better, take a second to notice their eye color. When you do that, yeah, it makes it even more clear to them that you're giving them your undivided attention because of this thing called a micro expression. So these are just like uncontrollable expressions on your face that sub-communicate how you're feeling and what you're doing. And so with that, the rest of your body language, yeah, it's about what you're facing. Like, look, you see this one all the time, especially at a bar, where someone will introduce themselves to someone else, but they'll be facing another direction. How important do you think is making this person feel if I'm looking over here and saying hi to you over here? Not very. So what you want to do is just face them head on for just a few moments. Forget about what's going on around you. Face them directly, because that will communicate that you actually care about them because you're giving them your undivided attention. It's about making them feel valued. And what that does is that it makes them feel like in that moment, you actually want to hear what they have to say. And that's the secret of captivating people. It's not about who you are. Sure as hell not about what you do. And it's definitely not about being cool or awesome. Being able to captivate someone simply comes down to your ability to make them feel special and valued. And researchers who study charisma and social dynamics, they find time and time again that the number one trait of anyone who's claimed to be charismatic is that when you put a charismatic person in a conversation with someone, they have this innate ability to make the other person feel important and to feel special. And so with that, when you're in the conversation, it's about active listening. So a lot of people go into conversations almost like they're in some kind of rap battle, and they just stand there waiting for the chance to speak so that they can one-up the other person or so they can say something that's cooler. Instead, to really pull people in, all you want to do is to let them know that you're listening to them. And a really simple way of doing this is paraphrasing. So for example, if someone shares a story about a time they went parasailing on a holiday, just before going into your own stories, just say something along the lines of, yeah, dude, parasailing sounds awesome. It must have been a really fun time. And then continue on with whatever you wanted to share. But by just adding just one sentence in, just to paraphrase what they said before that, you're making it very clear to them that you were paying attention and that you actually care about whatever it was they were sharing. And that makes people feel so good. And that's exactly why they're going to feel captivated by you, because you're making them feel that they are a pretty awesome person who deserves your full attention. It's simple as that. And if you make someone feel good by making them feel important, especially when you first meet them, how do you think they're going to feel about you? And how much more likely do you think they're gonna be to actually want to hang out with you or speak to you again? A hell of a lot more. So, to captivate people's attention when you first meet them, yeah? What you want to do is just give them your undivided attention for just a little bit to sub-communicate through your eye contact and your body language that you actually care about what they have to say. Then instead of trying to sound impressive, give them a chance to shine in the conversation and use paraphrasing and active listening to let them know that you're actually engaged in whatever they have to say. Because at the end of the day, if you want to be important, you need to learn how to make other people feel important. So with that, I hope you guys love this video. Hit like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.